Good morning, good morning, do 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 do. Good morning to you. Good morning, good morning. Another day to dose our brains and fill our lives with more opportunities for joy. So this morning, I thought, can you tell by the glasses? We're going to maybe do a Slo-Mo Flow and start with a little piece of inspiring reading from one of my favorite books. So this is the Book of Joy, and who knows if you can read that on the camera, but it's the Book of Joy, and it's the Dalai Lama and Desmond Tutu. And it's being written from the perspective of a man named Douglas Abrams. So he met with the Dalai Lama and Desmond Tutu for, I think weeks and over a number of different years or different times, and compiles this book about their shared wisdom from very different traditions, which I love. For me, I really feel like there's many translations of these universal truths. And so I love how a Tibetan Dalai Lama and a Catholic bishop have all this overlap and a deep friendship and are able to create a book of joy of what they value together from their more discrete disciplines. But there's this commonality. And so this section I wanted to read this morning. And the fun story about this book also is my mom and dad found it years ago and bought it for Christmas for all of us 4 years ago. Everybody in the family had a copy. And we were all carrying around and dog-earing our copy. And it would come up in family conversation all throughout the year. It was really great. And to also have this beautiful bookmark. My mom is an artist and a painter. Okay. So I thought, given what we do in the microdosing community, reading this little intro paragraph he has to the chapter on humor, laughter, joking is much better. The book is divided up into the columns, the pillars that they see in their lives that create joy in themselves and in the world. And so, one of the most stunning aspects of the week, so this is Douglas talking, right? Yes, Douglas talking about his observations of the Dalai Lama and Desmond Tutu. One of the most stunning aspects of the week was how much of it was spent laughing. At times, the Dalai Lama and Archbishop seemed to be as much a comedy duo as two venerable spiritual teachers. It is their ability to joke and laugh and poke fun at the ordinary pieties that so righteously violates expectations. When a Dalai Lama and an Archbishop walk into a bar, you don't expect them to be the ones cracking the jokes. Having worked with many spiritual leaders, I'm tempted to see laughter and a sense of humor as a universal index of spiritual development. The Archbishop and the Dalai Lama were certainly at the top of that index. They skewered humbugs, status, injustice, and evil, all with the power of humor. They and everyone around them, with constantly guffawing and chortling, giggling, belly laughing throughout the week, as moments of great levity seem spliced together with moments of profundity and sanctity. So often, their first response to any subject, no matter how seemingly painful, was to laugh. It touches me. I'm going to read the last two sentences again. This is my choice of how I want to be in the world. as moments of great levity were spliced together with moments of profundity and sanctity. One more time. Moments of great levity were spliced together with moments of profundity and sanctity. So often their first response to any subject, no matter how seemingly painful, was to laugh. I love that. As y'all can imagine, that speaks right to my heart. It is the deeper truth behind the neuroscience that, laughter doses our brains with positive neurotransmitters and gives us neurologically, physiologically, this neurological cocktail in our brain that only the world's best pharmacy could produce, our brain. And at the same time, that laughter and it be an infectious part of how we create ourselves in the world has a huge ripple effect. So we're not doing it just to feel good. We're doing it that's good enough to feel good. And at the same time, there is a ripple effect. So just reflecting on these ideas and going into a SloMo flow, getting to that still, quiet space inside of us. Because when we're here, laughter comes so much more easily, bubbles up. So for the next 5 minutes, we'll go into a SloMo flow, just breathing gently, being in the still, quiet together. son would like me to be done. He's up. And so thank you guys for spending this quiet time with me. Just pause before we get engaged in our day. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. May the universe, like my son, surprise and delight us today. See you tomorrow.